Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the One Tractor, One Man, One Vision ultra realistic farming series for Farming Simulator 25 on the Ferjak 4X map. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to episode number 8 already. As you can see where we left off, we were harvesting, but the rain has set in. So we're going to do a lot of mixing and matching today and running back and forth to the shop. So this is what happens in real farming, guys. When the rain hits, everything stops. So now we're going to go and we're going to do the best we can as we can. So I wanted to give you guys some numbers. We officially last episode hit 200 minutes that we have been harvesting. So that is 3 hours and 20 minutes. So we're going to keep doing that 40 minutes until this harvest is done. And then we're going to start doing it by the hour. So we know exactly. So I've made a few decisions and I want to change a few things on the farm since it's raining anyways. Okay. So without further ado, how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys doing great. Hope you guys doing awesome. I hope you guys doing fantastic because I am as usual. So we've decided I want to buy a bale loader. I've got a few things to change out a little bit here. So I want to get, we got to see how much because we're doing everything by the loan here. We know that. I want to get this thing here. Okay, because we have yet to use it for FS25, so we're going to use that. We're going to buy this, and then we're going to go back to the farm, pick this up, bring this back down, sell it with our telehandler, and I want to get our telehandler front loader. We're also going to sell the lift. Okay, so we need $50,500 in the bank. So we're going to go here. We're going to go finances. Oh, here we are. We're going to go to 50,000. Now we're getting close on our loan, so we got to be very careful now of what we spend, if you know what I mean. So this here will we'll go the wider readers. We'll go the wider readers. There we go. So then we're going to go back and we're going to get this tractor started so we can warm it up in the nice cool. It's dropped yesterday. It was 90 degrees out and it's dropped to 73 today because it's raining. Now let's take a look at our weather real quick and see how long it's going to rain. So it's going to rain from till about, it could rain anywhere from 2 o'clock till 6 o'clock. So, and then we're clear all the way through to the rest of the evening. So we're doing that. We have to wait. So let's get in here and I am going to put my controller down. You guys know how that works. I forgot I had the adjustable thingy on here, so now this is a big piece of equipment, but I got thinking about it, and I've never used it for Farming Simulator 25. I've used it lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of times for FS22 and 19. But we want to try to use some equipment that we've never used yet in FS25, so that's why I decided to do it. Just a little bit of change. I can't wait till manual attach comes in. So there we go. We're going to hook up to that, but then we have to simulate that we hooked it up. Oh, here, the tires get wet and everything. Isn't that great? Let's see. What do we got here? Perfect. Look at it. It still looks good. Let's hook up the hoses, hook up the little thing there, and off we go. All right, head back to the farm, and then we've got to grab our flatbed with our telehandler and bring that back down and change out. I want to change that bale spike out to a pallet fork. The reason why is that's what we use. We have bale spikes and all that stuff on our real life farm, but we really use more than anything a pallet fork when we're lifting them up. So there we go. But man, it's been a few days since this series, and I was kind of excited. And so, what do you guys think ultimately of the 3 series that we have? I think it's absolutely great. It gives us 3 distinctive, different play styles. It gives us 3 different, not only different play styles, but 3 different ways to look at things and how we react with time-wise and things like that. So it's going to be really cool to be able to get through some of the things. And that sheep army one's going to be very interesting to see how many sheep I can get on a map without, because sheep's pretty easy once you get their feet in there, then they're pretty good. And but those videos are going to be like 20 minutes. This one and I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go, I think tentatively we're going to go an hour with this one, and then we're going to go, I think, 45 minutes and then a half an hour or 20 minutes with the 3 videos, I think. Or keep it the way it is, go an hour and then an hour with the logging one and then 20 minutes with the other one. Those are I put that out for the people who enjoy the shorter videos, and that's why I did it. Because we don't normally, on this channel, we normally play as realistic as we can. I normally, generally, I'd say 99.999% of the time, I generally use small equipment, and I generally go small European maps. Well, we've already got outside the norm on this already because we're on a 4X map. Even though it's a European map, it's still 4X map. So, but we're still using small equipment just like we like, and we're still using the European tractors just like we like. And then, of course, we have our logging series, which I enjoy doing, logging and mining, because as soon as that Elwha series is done, as soon as that map's cleared, we're then going to move on to backcountry, and we're going to do some mining and stuff like that. So that's going to be exciting. Now, that one's going to be a while. We're going to be on that one for a while, because once we get back to backcountry, there's a lot of trees. I've been... I talked directly to RGC Modding, the maker of Backcountry, and there's 90,000 trees on that map. So it's going to be super exciting to try to challenge ourselves with that. And then, of course, our Animal Challenge series will be, that has no structure to it whatsoever as far as what map we play on. That one's not going to be European American. We're going to try to play as much with American equipment as we can. On that, but we can play with American equipment on a European map, so we can still do that, you know what I mean? So, and that's going to be an animal. So we did sheep for the first series, and then we're probably going to switch to chickens, and then we'll go to pigs, and then we're going to go to horses. I won't do cows, because on our realistic series, all the time we're going to do cows. So we'll always do a dairy farm on our realistic farming series, because that's what I know, that's what we do. So that's pretty cool. But what day did that come out? I don't even know. What's tomorrow? I'm recording this Tuesday night for, I think it's Wednesday's video. I think. I got to get back. I got to get back to you on that one, because all of my days are starting to go together. We planted 84 acres of soybeans, so we're ready to go. We started planting those already, and then just making videos. It's been a crazy couple of days, that's for sure, but I still want to get you guys videos, so I've been staying up late and recording the videos. Unfortunately, my computer stays on quite a bit, because which I don't like. I like to at least shut it down at least once a day, just to let the fans rest and everything else. But it's been staying on because I record late at night. You guys know that. Many of you guys who've been part of the channel know that my wife and I share a computer. She does it for work, and so I record late night. Like right now it is 11:30 p.m. and I'm recording this. And then by the time, with an hour video, it takes anywhere between an hour to an hour and 10 minutes to edit it, to get everything all rendered up and ready to go. And then it takes anywhere between 2 to 4 hours to put it up on YouTube. So by the time I get the video up on YouTube, it's usually about 6 a.m. and we are, by then I'm long in bed. As soon as I get done recording and I put it on the editing machine, and I usually stay up about another hour after we edit it, and then I go to bed. It's usually about 1:30 by the time I get to bed, and I got to be up at 3:30. So I've been getting about 2 hours of sleep a day, which is fine for now. Eventually, what I'm going to have to do, as we all know, I'm going to, as we continue to get busier and busier on the farm, I'm going to have to throw out a few time lapses. They're not necessarily time lapses. You guys know I don't like that. It's where I just come and I play, and I write at the bottom of the screen. And I think that's going to be very soon. maybe sometime this week, maybe next week. It will not be every video because I'm going to try to do record as much as I can. So we're going to bring this over here. But anyways, I have to tell you guys that because it's coming. Because right now, over the last, let's see, this is the third video I've put out in a row. It tends, I'm only getting about 2 hours of sleep, and I'm going to need eventually to go to sleep. So in order for me to get to bed at a decent hour, I'm going to have to, there we go. Now, we're going to leave this right here for now because I have to take the front loader down, which we can hook up with that. Get my controller picked back up again. We got to take the front loader down. Is it? Oh, it's so. It sounded like it was slowing down. So, because I wanted to do this, guys. Look, I hate these forks. I hate these forks on here with the staggered. Now, if it was just a regular if this was a regular telehandler, which we may do, we may get this down to the shop and switch this little farm all out for a legit telehandler, and then we can have an actual bale fork. Yeah, sound like a plan? Ooh, I forgot how loud this was. Okay, so I got to do this because I forgot how loud that thing was. All right, we got to go general settings, and we got to go down here to vehicle volume is only 50%. We'll turn that back up as soon as we get back to the farm. So yeah, let's sell this farm all, and let's sell everything that we need for this. We've got our bale loader now. You know what? I can't sell this. I'm gonna need because we've got. Yes, I'm gonna need it still to bring fertilizer and seed back. All right, so let's get this up a little bit. There we go. So it's at least eye level, and we go a little bit higher so we can actually see. Yeah, I still need that. I can't sell that yet because I need it for, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, pallets and stuff. Because even though we have the storage on our farm, we have to buy pallets and stuff, and big bags, one of the two. Yeah, see, the seeds. We don't need fertilizer anymore, but the only thing we got to buy is seeds, really, pretty much. With pallets, we can bring those back and store them right in our little storage, and then take our little tank over there, and lime. So normally we'd go a little bit slower, but anyways, yeah. So it's gonna happen, guys. As I clear my throat in your ear holes. It's going to happen. It really is. It's going to happen, and it's going to probably happen sooner than you think. So here's what we'll plan on doing. Why don't we do this? Let me slow down a little bit so I'm not bouncing myself to the moon and back. Why don't we do this? Why don't I, going forward on my videos for a little while, just bear with me, just a little tiny bit, where I go every other one. So I'll record one, I'll come and I'll narrate it like this one, and then I will, the next one for the logging, we can just kind of play for an hour, and I may do that one, I may do that the same way as the other one, and I go like half an hour at a time, but we can play an hour, it doesn't matter, it's still the same amount of thing. So, and then we'll record, which word I'm looking for? We'll narrate for the Balula. I get my maps all mixed up, guys. I mean, I'm dead serious. Like, there was one that Russell told me about, and Russ thinks he can get away with one video without his name being mentioned. It's not going to happen. Russ gave me something, a map to try, and I started the series on it, remember? And I totally butchered the name of the thing. I was calling it all kinds of weird names, and he's probably laughing hysterically. I'm super excited about his new series he's got coming. He left on his community page today that he's got a big series planned with big ideas and everything. So I'm super excited about that one. But I want to give a really big shout out, and then I'll get my regular shout outs out of the way. One of the, I would say, the top 5 content creators out there. I mean, here's the thing, guys. All of my friends that I watch on a regular basis are legit content creators. I mean, they're legit. So, but Van Ham Gaming, oh my gosh, the things he does for the community, the things he does. We had one of our community members lose a family member, a pet. But to anybody who's ever owned pets understands that when you lose a pet, it's the same thing as losing a family member. I lost my puppy almost 2 years ago, and it took me a solid year to get rid of him. Actually, it's been, this summer will be the 3rd summer already without him. And it just, I cried when he went, but Van Ham Gaming incorporated that guy's name, and he was playing City Skylines, and he incorporated some of the street names and some of the things that was pretty cool to honor the person's late puppy. Even though it was a dog, I call all my dogs puppies. And I have not replaced the dog, and the house seems so empty, and the farm seems so empty without a dog on it here in real life. We only have about 65 little mini, like, I thought that was a car coming. We have about 65 million barn cats, but we don't really have any animals anymore, and the wife and I, like, it just feels empty. And we just don't know. We're just getting older, and we don't know if we want to replace them or not, or just kind of live the way we've been doing. All of my dogs that I owned in real life, that were all from the same bloodline. Different generations, but all from the same bloodline. Okay, so the very first one was the mother and father. And I've only had Rottweilers, so we raised the mother and father from puppies, and then we donated the mother to a friend. We kind of let them take them, so they were separated, and then we bred them, and we had puppies, and that was the next generation. So that was our second dog, and then the 3rd generation was from the 3rd generation down. I hope you guys can follow that. All the same bloodline, different, so they were purebreds. Now my wife, she's had a Pomeranian, so she's different. We can ignore her. But I've only owned Rottweilers my whole life, so. But we've raised 3 dogs, 3 different generations, and they lived long lives. So our one that just recently passed away, his name was Thor. He was just a big, goofy, 110-pound dog that would sit in a tractor with you and sit on your lap, and about a year before he passed away, he had jumped off the tractor and dislocated his hips. I've told the story before. I'm not going to get too much into it, but he was one of the most loyal dogs I've ever had in my life. So anybody who loses a pet should understand how that works. But he was 17 when he went, so he was old. I mean, for a Rottweiler who has the average lifespan of 10 years, he lived 17. And then our middle one, that was Tank. We've named our dogs some tough names. Tankers lived to be, I think it was 15. And then Bear that we had, he had 4 different names. Bear was my original, and he was, his original name was Rocky, and then the grandkids came over and started, and then it was Bear because it was Rocky first, and then it became, what was his middle name? I know he had a bunch of names, and his last name was Bear because he just started acting like a giant bear. He would cuddle with you, and he would do all this stuff, and the grandkids just start calling him Bear, and that's just it. That's what he was named. So I don't know where. Got to change the subject a minute. Where do we go to sell this? Do we have to go inside, or is the sell point outside? Let's find out here. We're going to drive us around here. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Van Ham Gaming, who did that for one of our community members, and I just thought that was really nice. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, where is the sell point for this? You know, like there's usually a square that you drive up on. But now we got to get rid of our normal shout outs. If you guys, really, guys and gals that are watching this, if you guys really want to watch a legit logging series, make sure you're checking out MT Pox. Really, really super friend of the channels and just amazing. All right, here's what we're going to do, because I can't find a little block where you bring them and sell them. I think it was back there, because that's I think you might have to go indoors. We're gonna test this theory, because there's the little icon, the little fix it icon. So let's see. Let's park it right here and see. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna go click this and see. Yep. Okay. Well, we figured it out. You got to come inside. So we're gonna sell that, and then we're gonna sell this. This only gives us 80 grand. Okay, so we only got 91,000, but we're going to buy, I think, now we're using the Merlot on the Balula map, I think. Yeah, we're using them with the big giant forks. That's not realistic. The Merlot is realistic because I own one in real life, but we're going to go with a little bit more American. Well, no, we're going American on that one. So we're going to go, let's go... the Fent, maybe? Yeah. We want to stay kind of European on this one a little bit as much as we can. Yeah, let's go the Fent. Okay? Yeah, because the Merlot we're using already on the other one. Or we can go the Cenobog. I have not used that one at all. We can use that, and I don't know who makes this. So here's your homework, guys. Here's your homework. In the comments, let me know where Cenoboggan is from. I think that's what it's called. Cenoboggan, I would assume. Let me know where it's from, because we're going to use that. So we got to get to 145,000. So we know how this works. You guys know. So we're going to go to 146. And then we've got to figure out what this is. See, this way we can use actual legit bale forks, bale spikes. Oh my gosh, my brain froze. Sorry, guys. All right, so Cenoboggan, your homework is, let me know in the comments where this is made. If you've ever seen one in real life, if this is the actual colors of it, what colors have you seen? Let me know all that in the comments. There we go. And then we're going to buy the telehandler tools. We're going to buy this here. And then eventually we're going to have to buy this too. So we should probably just buy this. And that way we can get our pallets when we need them. See what I mean? We can do pallets or big bags, whichever one. We can use that one, or we can use this we can use them both. But let's get this. I don't even have enough. So for now, let's get the bale spike. No, I want to do that differently. I want to do this and get this. Just go ahead and buy this. There we go. So our loan is up to 670. So we don't have much money left. So we're going to hook this up. We're going to head back to the farm. Now the difference that the Merlot uses is it has a 3-point hitch. So this one looks like it does too. It doesn't though. The Merlot would hook up to we got to get this set up like this. Ooh, what a wait a minute. Okay. This is not electric, is it? No. CVT transmission. Yeah, I like those much better. I like those. And you notice it's not very loud. So now we can turn this up. So we're going to go like this. We'll get this up like this. little bit higher, about eye level. Now we can turn our settings up to back up to where it was, 50%. There we go. Much better. Ooh. Is that... No. I was going to say, does that have a backup camera? That would be dope. That would have been awesome, but it doesn't. That's all right. I've never used one of these before in real life, but I'm assuming they all drive about the same. I'm assuming. Do we need anything more while we're here? Trailerize. No. We got to go get our tractor. How fast does this thing go? Nice. Smooth. Like butter. Like butter. Nice. Oh, so anyways, yeah, I was doing shout-outs and I completely got sidetracked there. We got our empty pockets out of the way. We got our Van Ham Gaming out of the way. Mr. Russell, you know, you're not going to get a video without being told, without anything. Russell Whitlock, fantastic man. Fantastic content creator from New Zealand. And he's got some big plans, and I can't wait. I can't get excited about it. I can't wait to see what he's got planned. And our normal, you know, Big A, he's over on Twitch. You got to check him out. He's pretty cool. I think he's pretty much done with YouTube for now, but he's going to go to Twitch, which is hard for me to watch Twitch because I got to set so much time aside for it. With YouTube, I usually just wait until they repost it. And I'll tell you this thing, 27 seems like we're flying, doesn't it? But check him out over on Twitch. He's pretty cool, dude. He does a good job. I don't always catch his stuff live, but I support him. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. There, we got our shoutouts out of the way. We're switching our equipment out of the way, which is pretty cool. Now we'll go back to the farm and we'll grab the tractor and the lift and bring that back down here, and we will buy what's next? We got the baler, we got the bale loader. The next thing we're going to need is a manure spreader. That's what we're going to have to buy next. So, because we're going to go in order. He's driving with his turn signal on. Yep, just like the drivers around me. But I'm excited because all three of these, like I said, even the 3 series, even though for you guys are different, they're different for me too. You know, I got one series where I can literally just let our hair down and we can get as big of equipment as we want and go auto load, go nuts on that, the animal challenge, because it's about the animals. It's not about the play style. You know what I mean? So right now we're picking up the bales with the extra large bale fork. We may switch, and that one's going to be all kinds of switched up. The whole thing about that series is the end goal. And we want to be able to purchase more animals with the wool that we sell. So that's the simple goal with that one. This one is just a kind of a running clock. This one I think is going to be kind of permanent. Kind of. You know, there's not going to be any end in sight with this one. I can't see. Because we want to get through, we kind of want to get as far as we can, and maybe even buy a second cow pen. No, I don't think that. I think I just want to make this a legitimate series. I also I touched on the playing, like the narrating, and then every other one. I also think that, well, not on this one, because this is legit. This one has to stay a running clock. The logging one, I think, will get kind of boring after a while. So I think with that one, what I may do is not only narrate every other one, but I may play ahead a little bit on that one so that we can continue to move our series, if you know what I mean. Here we come on to our farm right here. Boy, are we getting used to this. Remember the first episode we got lost? This is a super smooth machine. Super, smooth. I mean, granted, this is new. The JCB was like in the 90s, so it was a little bit older. But this thing handles like a dream. That's why I thought it was electric. Now, in real life, if that's a real life backup camera, that is absolutely sick. I wish it worked. I wish it really worked, because then we wouldn't even need to turn around like that. We could just look behind us like this. More tractors need to do that. And you know what? I think what they need to do is bring back the mod. I don't think it was in FS22, but in FS19 they had the rear mirror mod. And it was, you could just set it up in the corner like this, you know, and look behind you. It was pretty cool for those of us who play in cab. Now, the other thing I'm noticing, guys, about this is the more I drive on this path, the worse it's getting. So I'm wondering if that's incorporated in the game. You know what I mean? Because when I first drove up here, first time, this wasn't like this. By the second or third episode, me driving back and forth, it was like, no. The other thing is, too, is if you guys look, all around the outsides, look all the way up in the corner with 201, 202, 203, all those, that's all forestry around the whole outside of the map. So, and what the map maker said in the description is there's like 30,000 trees on this map. Whoa, I can't do that. It's going too fast. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. There's like 30,000. So technically we could have done, I almost did this. I literally almost started a logging series on this map. That's how much I like it. But then it would have been that's the same. It's just, and I kind of want to give Nuclear Salmon his flowers too, as far as on his map. We'll clear that one off, and then we'll probably go to backcountry after that, and we'll do a legit clear the map mining series on that. And it'll be kind of cool. So it may be the those two series will probably stay. I also want to get the mod, or when it drops, the mod that has two different. You know what? I don't think this one will fit in there. I don't think it'll fit in the barn. Well, we can put it in where the harvester goes, because this is really too low over here. We got to put like. So I'm driving really fast. This thing is so smooth. I barely touched the gas pedal. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're going to lower that down. So let's back that one straight into this little hallway right here. And then we'll put the tractor here and the harvester straight ahead. And that way, or leave him out front, because we're going to need to feed our animals every day, and put the harvester back here, because we won't need to use the harvester every day. And I do want to see if I can get, this is a nice little area here. This is what makes me want to buy the skid loader, but I don't want to now. We're going to be doing too many bales. So let's get this down flat. And I think we'll we'll back her right in straight. And then we'll switch her out when it gets time for the harvester. In fact, since we don't have to use her now, alright, let's raise this up and get her a little more flat so we can get a little closer. And then we're gonna slide it right underneath. Okay, go a little bit back further. Slide it underneath there. There we go. Let's see how we did. Perfect. And then the harvester can come in when she's done and go straight into here. Just like, well, not into there, but straight up against there. And we'll keep our tractor right here. Because remember, we're only using one tractor. Now, we're going to be able to upgrade that a gazillion times. I also want to make sure that I am getting this equipment put away out of this rain. So let's head down to the shop with this thing right here and sell that back to the shop. And while we're down there, we're going to buy us a manure spreader. And that's what we're going to do. So this can stay. This can stay out. This can stay out. Okay, we want it. Those don't matter staying out in the weather, but the what am I looking for here? The baler's got to get put away very quickly. It's been sitting out in the rain for 40 minutes now. So I want to do this. I want to do. There we go. So why don't we, while we're here, before we head down to the shop, let's put this baler away in the other shed. It's because it's like, oops, wrong way, Fury. It's really like catching my eye every time I go by this. We're going to put it down, I think, in this one over here. Yeah, because we got to buy... First thing we got to buy is a manure spreader. Then we got to buy a lime spreader. And then we've got to buy a seeder. And then we've got to buy there's one more thing for grass work. Oh, we need to get a tedder so we can make hay. Then we got to get a silage wrapper. So there's a lot of things to still buy. So eventually, I think what we're going to have to do is sell some of this grain to make us some money so that we can start buying some stuff. And this is going to be a long time that we're going to be in debt. So let's get this. In fact, will she fit? No, she probably won't. Now, before I do this, let's see the other side. Does it have a big door on it? Yes. All right, let's back it in. This one would be easier. Yeah, perfect. This is what we should be using for bales. Think about it, Fury. Think about it. Voom, voom, voom. My tractor would be like, voom, voom. My windshield wiper. We're going to kiss this right up against the wall. Bank. And then we're going to unhook it. And now we are going to head down to the shop. So we can... Isn't it funny how the windshield wiper still goes in here? It should shut off. Perfect. All right, let's head down and get us, what were we going to get? Oh, yeah, manure spreader. So we have it. See how it's getting worse? I love it. I love it. Super realistic. Feels good too, and that forces you to drive slow, which is, this map is absolutely set up for slow gameplay. It's great. But the Balula, I think that's what it's called, the Balula map that we're doing, where we're using big equipment, that's set up for like wide open, like just go. It's got ditches and stuff, so I think it was, to be honest with you, it looks like it was made by the map maker that did Michigan Farms and stuff, because it's got a lot of those weird shaped fields. They're not like normal natural looking fields, but they are they're like almost triangle. It's weird how to explain it. So as we go down, let's talk more about what we want to do as far as, like, we've been already talking about the videos and things. So like I said about 5 minutes ago when we were coming back you know what, we're heading down to the shop. We got to make a U-turn here, guys. We got to go back and get our lift, because that's what we're going down there to sell. Oopa. Yeah, so let me do this. Okay, so we're recorded tonight, and then tomorrow's video on the logging map, let's just, I'll play it, and we'll just put in, ooh, look at that. See what I mean? It's getting seriously worse. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. We'll play some of the Nacho Cast music and just kind of play, and we'll keep it how about this? When we just play, let's make it like 25-30 minutes long, so it's relatively shorter, but it's maybe if I go over here, is it smoother? Now this will tell me if it's see, if I get up off like one line on it, see, it is making it worse. It is, I'm telling you. That's dope. Yeah, let's make the non-narrated ones a little bit shorter, and then in return, when we narrate, we'll make them a little longer, with the exception of the Balula map. That one's always going to be shorter, but that one I'll just kind of go 20 minutes narrated, 20 minutes non-narrated. So, except for, I think, I kind of want to, I don't know, I kind of want to keep this one narrated, but I also understand my time constraints, if you know what I mean. So, that's where I'm running into the problem, is because I also want to do something while we're here. Because it's raining and probably windy, I do want to shut the doors on the barn. Just because once the cows get wet, they can suffer from hypothermia, just like we can. Go. These actually work pretty good for bale sheds, especially with round bales. Alright, gotta do this quick because it's cold. I mean, it's warm it's still 73 degrees, but the cows that are sitting out there wet, they're going to come in the barn wet, and they're going to want to dry off. See, they're already started. So I want to get the wind down. Now, we'll leave the mesh open. We'll leave the mesh open like this, so there's still ventilation coming through. I just want the crosswind to stop, just while it rains. Now, once it's done raining and the temperature starts to go back up again, we'll open that back up. We do it on manure. We always check. Look at that. We're making some manure now, but eventually we're going to have to. Now, remember, since we started dumping wheat in the silo, we can only use that silo for wheat now, unless we build a second silo. If we build a second, if we want to change crops, we can build a second one, and that one's got to have, like, that one will have wheat in it, another silo will have whatever it's in it. And that's it. I mean, we could do that. We have all the freedoms we want. But I'm excited. Yeah, so let's go. Let's do that with the Let's Plays. Let's like tomorrow's episode will be the Elwha map. Yeah, because it's I was reading it today, and it's ELWHA, so it's Elwha. Like you would be saying like what Elwha. Get up here and make this a little bit smoother so we don't drive on that. And I'm anxious to see if we stayed off of it for a while, if it'll go back to smooth, because that's pretty cool if it does. tree was... It's like, even the strategic way that they put the trees on this map, like, where they're not all the same. They're all different. They're all uneven and things like that. So that super feels real to me, like you'll be driving along and hit a tree. Because they're just, randomly put. Boy, look at this. Bouncing to the moon. There we go. This section here, I might have to bring some gravel down here and fix this. This is getting pretty good. I'm glad you guys are liking this series. I'm glad that I have the, I'm so blessed that I have the ability to... finally a car coming. Woohoo! Not very many cars we see go by here. I'm just so blessed. I'm so thankful that we have the ability to... we have the ability to... get that up another gear higher. Oh, I was going to put the manual shift in here, wasn't I? Yeah. I got to do that, too. I got to do that for this series. I got to put the extra gears in. Then I got to go through and adjust it for the tractor from what this is, so that we can use it. I'll do that sometime this afternoon when I get done with morning chores, probably. But yeah, to be able to bring in 3 different play styles, 3 different ways to play things, and to be able to just give you guys 6 or 7 days, well, no, it won't be 7, 6 days worth of videos per week. I'm pretty blessed to be able to do that. I'm very happy. Everybody's got something, and your favorite series that you love to watch out of the 3 series, now you only have to wait for like a couple of days instead of doing one series and then going on to the next series and all that stuff. So it tends to work out. Plus, it gives you different things to watch. Oh, another car. What's today? Sunday? Compared to the telehandler, this thing seems slow. It's kind of cool that you have to go into the shop to sell the stuff, isn't it? Isn't that kind of neat? It's kind of neat. Look at the size of that field. Whew, it's going to be fun. I mean, like I said, we're literally 3 hours and 20 minutes on our harvest. So we got a bunch. Now, we probably won't be, like, realistically wouldn't be able to harvest until tomorrow. If not, in real life, it'd probably be more like 2 or 3 days with this amount of rain. Because you got to let it grow down or dry out. But this is what we talked about in episode 1. We're going to go as realistic as we can within the constraints of the game. Unless we were playing 20-minute or 28-day months, we can't just go to the next day. It's just not going to happen. Which I think I've been talking it over with the powers that be, and the powers that be are always my wife. I do want to do eventually a 28-day month realistic series where we're going, 1x speed, 28-day months, because then technically I would just wait to we wouldn't harvest the rest of today. We would literally go and start harvesting the next day. But we can always incorporate, like if it's raining like this, like right now we've got stuff to do. We can run back and forth to the shop. We can do all that stuff. But if we were all caught up with our work and we don't have anything to do, then we would just literally stay in the house and either speed the clock up, or we would just sleep to the next day. And then when the next day, we would go right back into harvesting again. See what I mean? So I'm really considering doing that. In fact, we're going to make that decision before we go to I'm going to make that decision. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah, because there's always a card that goes before we get to the next month. So, after this episode, we've still got a few episodes to go because we're going to be playing. It's just now hitting 3 o'clock. We got about 3 more hours to play in game. So I don't have to make that decision, but you know what? I may just do that. We may do this. I mean, if this is ultra realistic, we may just do it. And that way, technically, since it rained today, we just wait till tomorrow to harvest. And we just, like when we're baling, we would bale. And then we would literally go to the next day after we get to, or shall we say mowing. We go to the next day and we ted. Then we go to the next day after that, we ted again. Then we go to the third day and we could ted again and then windrow. You know what I mean? So, oh wait, I'm too far out here. Oh, I should have never done that. That one went right in the ground. Okay, now let's see how much a manure spreader is. And I want to go something different. We have not used it yet. Manure spreaders. We have not used the mod. We've used this before on Riverbend, but we have not used this yet. See what I mean? So I think we're going to do this. Yeah. How many horsepower? 180. We're right at the horsepower limit on that, but that's okay. So I almost hit the wrong button there again. Yeah, we're getting real close with money, so we gotta start purchasing a little less equipment, a little bit cheaper equipment for now. We'll run this back home, and I think that'll be the episode. I'm really considering that, guys. I'm really considering that gameplay, and then just making this a permanent Let's Play. You know what I mean? Because here's why. Unlike before when I played, and I was under the impression that I had to show every little bit, everything that we had to do. We had to play it, like I had to try to stay busy the whole 28 days, and that's not what farming is. Farming is you're busy when you're busy, and then when you're not, you're not. You guys all know that. You guys know that I'm recording at night, so when you're not doing anything, your free time is your free time. So that's what I think we'll do. I'm really, really considering it, switching it up, and going the 1x speed, 28-day months, super ultra realistic, and just going and going and going and going on this map and making this map, this is how much I love it, making this map a permanent feature on the series. And then when we're done doing the farming, we can get into logging as well on this map. You know what I mean? So it gives us something to do forever and ever and ever. And then the other 2 series we can rotate. You know what I mean? They're more quicker. They're going to be probably, I think, and I also think this. Why don't I do this? This is the fun part about when it rains out. You got lots of time to discuss things and think about things and do things like that. I also have to get my turn signal buttons hooked up on my shifter pad. So if we're going to do this series and do this series permanent and do it ultra realistic 28-day months, 1x speed, and we don't care because it's going to be a permanent fixture. So we don't care if there's 1,000 episodes on this. We don't care because it's our series. You know what I mean? It's part of it. Let's do the other 2 series, super shorter videos, like 20 to 25 minute videos, and then non-narrate them, and I'll always narrate this one. How's that sound? That way we can go every other one with the narrating, because I do like to come back and narrate for you guys to explain what's going on. You know, I don't want to just like be nothing but just me playing the game all the time, because that gets boring too. You know what I mean? So I love it. I love the fact that we had the time today during this episode to actually talk and think about what we got to do and figure out which gameplay and game styles we got. I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that. Now on the Elwha map, the logging map, let's make those ones like 20 minutes. You know, we'll come in 20, 25 minutes tops. We'll cut some trees down. We'll try to cut at least one load it up, and we'll chip away at that one. And then the other one is where that one's running 5x speed, so we can just, you know, did I? Oh, I didn't go to the thing yet, right? I didn't get to the stop sign yet, right? I don't think so. Yeah, because I didn't see my farm over there. Yeah, so now we're wrangling it in, guys. We're doing it, and then we're gonna still have the 3 different play styles. We're gonna have longer videos with this one. We're gonna have shorter videos with the other ones. We're gonna have non-narrated videos for those of you who want to just kind of put the video on and just let it play, and there's kind of chill out with some music or whatever, and listen to some music, and then kind of watch me play for 15, 20 minutes or 20 minutes. And then we'll have the narrated ones for those of you who like it. We have the shorter ones, the longer ones, video-wise. And then we also have the super realistic, which is this one, like ultra. Like, I got thinking about it, though. That's why I did it, because when my intro is the ultra realistic, well, ultra realistic is playing full everything, like everything on, weeds, everything. So I'll go through and I'll turn all that stuff on, and we're going to have to weed and stuff. So we're going to have to do it all. So I think that's great. Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger on it, and let's do it. And then, like I said, the other 2 videos will be more switching the maps and changing the maps. Like, once we get the maps cleared off, then we'll go from there. You know what I mean? And then once we get as many animals as we want on that. So, like, I think what we'll do for the animal series is let's put a number in there and say, like, for example, let's try to get to 20,000 sheep. You know what I mean? Then we can always up it. Then when we go chickens, we can try to go like 25,000 chickens. You know, so that way when we hit the number, we hit it, and then we've made our goals. So now I've got to put this back down. Can't wait till the second. Cruise control. There we go. Let's get over here. Get up off this ridge here a little bit. Well, there we go. We're going to make it back, and we are literally going to just take this into the yard, and then we're going to drop it. We're going to say goodbyes. So let's wrap that up. Listen, guys, thank you for allowing me to talk with you about my life and talk to you about farming and talk to you about farm sim, and just, thank you guys for having me into your lives for the hour during these videos, and the 30 and 20 minute videos with the other. Wow, see how it's getting worse? I love it. Love it. But thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, for real. Those of you who, we are getting on, ever since we came back to Farm Sim 25, we are getting nothing but positivity, nothing but many watch hours. I couldn't take too much more of that bumping. And just thank you guys. So on that note, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all, and we will catch you right back here tomorrow with Elwha, the logging series. So, and I don't think it'll be narrated. I think the Elwha series will be just a 20-minute video of me kind of playing, and I can get that done anytime. Come home on my lunch and do that sort of thing and get that wrapped up, and then because Nacho Cast music, I can just put it on and play. It's great because that way, because I know you guys don't like time lapses, and I don't like doing them either. So that way we can just do what we can in 20, 25 minutes, and boom. And then we'll come back the next day and we'll do another narrated one, I think, on the Balula map. So let's get this just kind of put here, and we're going to wrap this up. Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's we'll do that, and we'll get her all situated and everything like that. And I'm going to do this real quick on camera so you guys can see it, so you guys can know that we are now going to be officially ultra realistic. It'll only take me a few seconds to get the settings like we talked about. The only thing I may not put on is weeds because I don't really like them that much. All right, so we're in here. Let's get out of here. Oh, it's raining. Let's get into the shed real quick here. And we'll go like this so we can see. All right. So settings. All right, so it's already called the One Vision series. Real time, hard economy. We've already got all that stuff on. We're going to leave the traffic on. Yes, seasonal growth is on. Ready? There's that set up for you guys. Crop destruction is now going to be on. We're going to crazy go, but put it on that. Periodic plowing, we're going to go on. Field stone, I'm going to leave that one off because I don't like it. Okay? Because it just takes too long. Not the way they do it. See what I mean? Like, if this was done legit, then again, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not turning on the disaster thing. That's a joke. Keep this on slow. Automatic engine off. Stop and go. Boom. But this all stays the same. Low fuel usage so we can use it. This all stays the same. And there we go. We did it, guys. We are now officially, everything's on. So we're going to need rock pickers. We're going to need everything. So I don't know how we may, in fact, if we get close on our loan to the $1 million loan, we may have to start leasing a few things, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of cool. Now, the manure and stuff, unfortunately, I know I'm a little bit longer than I normally do. Now, the manure will slow way down. So right now we're at $8.99, but it will start slowing down because it will divide that, what we normally use for a month, it will divide that by 28 days. So it will only make a little bit, but that's okay because now we have the time to do things the right way, legit and everything, and I'm excited about it. Hope you guys are too, because now it's the true ultra realistic series. So we're gonna do it, and this now will be a permanent series. Okay, this isn't going anywhere. This will be a permanent series on the map or on the series rotation. The logging one will switch. The Balula Animal Challenge one will switch maps, but it will always be the same sort of thing. Okay, so it'll be, but that way we can do different maps and things, and. There we go. And we'll put out videos Monday through Saturday. Sunday, I'm not touching anything. I'm not even going on the computer. So, and what do we got left for harvest here? And then how big is this field? This is only, well, it's 11.34 acres, but it's only 8-acre field. And it's taken us 3 hours so far, and we've got that much left. So I'm guessing another couple, 2-3 hours. And then we can start legitimately doing things the right way. And I'm excited. You know, I'm really excited now. Now let's do it. Let's pull the trigger like we did and do it. And doing it well. All right, guys, get out of here, and I will catch you guys tomorrow on the L1 map, but it will be on the logging map, but it will be a non-narrated one. It'll only be like 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, and that's it. We'll get in, get out, show you guys what we got going on, load up a couple loads of logs, and get out of there. And then the next one will be a narrated video from the Balula map, which is a weird name for a map. Anyways, love you guys, and I'll catch you guys with another episode tomorrow. Have a great one, everyone.